morning all of you. This is 12th class biology, lecture 7 of chapter 8, human health and disease. Topics to be discussed in today's lecture are adolescence and drug or alcohol abuse, addiction and dependence, effects of drug and alcohol abuse, and their prevention and control. First of all, you need to understand what is adolescence. So, adolescence is a period and a process during which a child becomes mature in terms of his or her attitudes and beliefs. Okay, so in this age, you can say this is a period, this is a particular age, okay, and a process also. So here in this age or in this period, you can say child becomes mature in the terms of attitude and beliefs. Okay, so there are strong beliefs are formed in this age for the effective participation in the society. In this age, a child starts considering himself or herself a part of society and starts giving his or her views, okay, and makes her or his own attitude and own beliefs, right? Adolescence is a bridge linking childhood and adulthood, right? So it is a bridge between childhood and adulthood, and it is the period between 12 to 18 years of age, right? It is very vulnerable phase of mental and psychological development. So in adolescence phase means between the 12 to 18 years, mental and psychological development takes place here because different beliefs are formed, okay, and also many hormonal changes are occurring inside the body, right, which also affect the psychological and mental development of a adolescent. Now these are some causes that why the youngsters or you can say adolescent start using drug or alcohol. Okay, so these are some causes here. First is curiosity, because in adolescence period many type of changes occur in the body, okay, that leads to psychological changes, biological changes and the mental changes in the people of this age, right? So there is more curiosity in the youngsters than any other age group, right? So that curiosity leads to using drug or alcohol by these people, right? Next thing is need for adventure and excitement. So they means people of this age group want to do something adventurous every time. So that need for adventure and the excitement lead them to take alcohol or drug. Experimentation, because they believe in experimental proof for everything. That's why for the experimentation for these things also they can start taking drug and alcohol. And some youngsters, some adolescents can take alcohol and drug to escape facing problems, okay. These problems can be of different type. These can be related to the study, related to any family problem, okay. So to escape themselves from the facing problems, they may start taking drugs or alcohol. These are some other causes. First is stress from pressure to excel in academics or examination, because youngsters in this age are pressurized to take good marks in their examination from the family side as well as from the school side, okay. So due to that pressure they may start some bad habits, okay, to escape themselves from that pressure, okay, or they may be stressed out due to that pressure, so they may start taking alcohol or drugs. Then television, movies, newspapers, internet, etc. So all these things influence the youngsters very much, okay. People of this age are influenced most by these things, okay, than a child or any adult human being. People of this age are influenced most by the internet, okay, by the movies, right? And in the influence of these things they may start taking drugs or alcohol. Next is unstable or unsupportive family structure, okay. There can be any problem in the family. Due to that, they may start, means to ignore all those things, people, youngster can start taking drug or alcohol, right? And also peer pressure. Sometime their group, means the friend group, can pressurize anyone to take these, right? Now, what is addiction? Addiction is a psychological attachment, that is like euphoria, okay, like a feeling of increased energy and a temporary feeling of well-being to drugs and alcohol. Okay, so that feeling is called addiction. So once anyone start taking the drugs, after some time he or she becomes addicted for that, So what is that addiction? When he or she develop a psychological attachment for that drug or for the alcohol, that state is called addiction. Okay, and what is that psychological attachment? Because after taking the drugs, you have studied about the effects of drugs, okay, in previous lecture, and euphoria feeling and the temporary well-being feeling is there as the side effects of the drugs. Okay, so these things are like psychological attachment for the youngsters. Okay, and when someone feel these psychological attachments for the drug and alcohol, he or she may be called addict, and that this habit is called addiction to the drug or alcohol. Now, with repeated use of the drugs, the tolerance level of the receptors increases. Now, what happens when anyone starts taking drugs? In starting, a very small dose of the drug will give a pleasant feeling to him or her, right? But next time when he or she will take that drug, he or she need to take an increased amount of the same drug to get that pleasant feeling, right? Because why it has happened, why he or she need to take an increased amount of that same drug? Because of the increased tolerance level of the receptors. Okay, there are specific receptors in our brain to which these drugs bind and cause some effect. Okay, right? You know that receptors for the drugs are present in our brain. Okay, so these drugs bind to those receptors and cause some effect. Now what happens? Tolerance level of these receptors increase with the repeated use of the drugs, and when the tolerance level increases, what will happen? There will be requirement of a higher dose to cause the same effect. So this is thus the receptors respond only to the higher doses, leading to the greater intake and addiction. Okay, so it leads to addiction, means in starting someone will take a lower dose, then next time he or she will require higher dose, and next time more higher dose. Okay, and like this a greater intake of these drugs will be will occur, right? And it leads to addiction. Now what is dependence? Dependence is the tendency of the body to manifest a characteristic. Manifest means to make anything obvious to the mind, or to make anything clear to your eyes. Okay, so here what is happening? The addict person, okay, whoever is addicted to the drugs, his or her body manifest a characteristics, means he just make it clear in his or her mind that if I will not take any drug, okay, then I will have to face something wrong. Okay, means something wrong will happen with me. Okay, this kind of obvious feeling comes in his or her mind, right? So dependence is the tendency of body to manifest a characteristic, right, to make obvious any characteristics. And the unpleasant with withdrawal syndrome. Withdrawal syndrome, I will tell what is this withdrawal syndrome. Means any kind of unpleasant symptoms. Okay, if the regular dose of drugs or alcohol is abruptly discontinued. Okay, so dependency, you can say, if the regular dose of the drugs or alcohol is abruptly discontinued, if someone is not getting that particular dose of the drug or the alcohol on a day, then on that day his body will manifest, means he will make it clear, he has make it clear in his mind that I will feel the withdrawal syndrome. Okay, and what is that withdrawal syndrome? That is a set of symptoms occurring due to discontinuation or dosage reduction of drugs or alcohol. Okay, so here a set of symptoms occur due to discontinuation or due to reduction in the dose of the drugs or alcohol. And what are these symptoms? What are this set of symptoms here? Like anxiety, shakiness, nausea and sweating. Okay, if any drug addict is not getting a particular dose of the drug on a particular day, then he or she will feel these symptoms. Okay, and these symptoms like anxiety, shakiness, nausea and sweating, right? And these symptoms are a part of withdrawal syndrome. Okay, combinedly these symptoms are called withdrawal syndrome. Why these have happened? Because of the dependence of that addict. Okay, because that addict person has made it obvious in his mind that if he will not get the drug, then he will face the withdrawal syndrome, right? Next topic is effects of drug and alcohol abuse. So here these are some effects due to intake of alcohol or drugs. First is reckless behavior. Reckless behavior means careless behavior. Okay, so person becomes very careless. And vandalism. Vandalism means destructing or damaging the public or private property deliberately. So the person start destructing the property deliberately, and also the violence, like this kind of behavior, like killing someone, destructing anything. Okay, so that violence, vandalism, reckless behavior, all these are the effects of taking drug and alcohol, right? Now if these are taken in higher amount, due to that there can be respiratory failure. Okay, because there will be problem in respiration, so respiratory failure can be there, or there can be heart failure, because alcohol and drugs affect all the body systems. Okay, they affect our respiratory system, they affect our heart, you can say circulatory system, they affect our heart, they affect our brain also, right? So due to respiratory failure, due to heart failure, or due to cerebral hemorrhage. Cerebral hemorrhage means bleeding inside the brain. Okay, any one of the blood vessel can rupture and there can be bleeding inside the brain. Okay, and that is very dangerous condition. Okay, which leads to death or coma. So all these conditions, respiratory failure, heart failure or the cerebral hemorrhage due to intake of drug or alcohol, can lead to coma or death of the person, right? Now when the drugs are taken with the alcohol in higher dose, that can also be a cause of death. These are other effects of the drug and alcohol abuse. Here, drop in academic performance. If someone is taking alcohol or the drug, okay, so such kind of activities can lead to a drop in the academic performance, and the person will be absent from the school unexplained. Okay, there will be no explanation for that absence. Next is lack of interest in personal hygiene, right? The person will not have any interest in his or her personal hygiene. So non-hygienic persons they will be. And withdrawal and isolation. Withdrawal means they will remain separate from all other students, or you can say all other the people around them. Okay, so that withdrawal and isolation is also an effect of drug or alcohol abuse. Next effects are depression, fatigue means the person will feel tired every time, aggressive, and rebellious behavior. Rebellious behavior means the person will break the rules every time. Okay, if someone is breaking the rules or challenging the rules every time, that is called rebellious behavior. So, and that is a side effect of the drugs and the alcohol, right? Then deteriorating relationship between the family and friends. Obviously, if someone is very aggressive and remain depressed every time, remain tired every time, that's why all these will be a reason of the deteriorating relationship between the family and the friends also, right? And the relations will become progressively worse. Now, loss of interest in hobbies. There are means there is a particular habit of every hobby of everyone. Sorry, so there will be loss of interest in those hobbies due to intake of drugs or alcohol. Next is change in sleeping and eating habit, fluctuation in weight, appetite, etc. Okay, there can be increase in weight or there can be decrease in weight, and there will be a fluctuation in the appetite also. Person can start intake of more food or less food. Then social problems like stealing, okay, because if someone is not getting the money for the purchasing of the drug or alcohol, then what will be the option? Stealing. Okay, so there will be a social problem because of that, right? So social problems like stealing, spread of infectious diseases will also be there due to drug or alcohol abuse, because mostly drugs are taken intravenously through the injections, okay, and that can be a reason of the spread of infectious diseases like AIDS, hepatitis B, right? Next is damage of nervous system and cirrhosis. So there can be damage of nervous system because the drugs always the receptors are present in the brain, okay, so there can be a damage to nervous system, and also cirrhosis means damage to liver, okay, cirrhosis means damage to liver. Use of drugs and alcohol by pregnant women adversely affect the fetus. So pregnant women should not use drug or alcohol because it can affect the growth or the development of the fetus and also the mental development of the fetus. There are some other effects of alcoholism. First is alcoholism affects thinking ability, speech, movements, reflexes, etc. Okay, these are like the immediate effects of the alcoholism, because the thinking ability will be affected, right? After intake of the alcohol, thinking ability is affected. Also speech is not so clear after the intake of alcohol. Movements are also affected, and the reflexes are not so fast after intake of alcohol, right? So all these your parts are affected by the alcohol. Then also blurred vision with the time, after a long time intake of the alcohol, vision becomes blurred. Also loss of body balance, nausea, vomiting, headache, etc. Okay, so these are also you can say nausea, vomiting, headache, all these are the immediate effects of the alcohol. Then cirrhosis and fatty liver. Here you can see the difference between a healthy liver and cirrhosis in liver, right? So this is damaged liver due to cirrhosis, and this is a healthy liver. Alcoholic polyneuritis and loss of appetite. Due to alcohol, peripheral nerves are affected, okay, so damage of the peripheral nerves is called polyneuritis, and due to alcohol it is called alcoholic polyneuritis, and also there will be loss of appetite. Next effect of alcohol intake is cardiovascular diseases, means heart related diseases, and hypertension, that is high blood pressure, okay. Next is amnesia. Due to a longer time intake of alcohol, there can be loss of memory. Amnesia is loss of memory. Then it can lead to ulcer, pancreatitis. Pancreatitis means a condition where the pancreas stop the digestion of the proteins and fats, right? Because there are useful enzymes inside the pancreas to digest the proteins and fats. So here in pancreatitis, that ability of pancreas decreased, okay. Also gastritis, Gastritis is a condition in which inner lining of the stomach becomes inflamed. So inflammation of the stomach lining is called gastritis. Next effect is loss of sexual drive and necrospermia. Necrospermia means a decreased count of the motile sperms. Okay, non-motile sperms will be there in the semen, but the amount, you can say count of the motile sperms will decrease. Next is fetal alcohol syndrome. Due to alcohol, there can be fetal alcohol syndrome, means if the mother is taking the alcohol, then it can affect the mental and physical development of the fetus, and many symptoms will be there due to decreased mental and physical development, and those symptoms are called fetal alcohol syndrome, right? Or it can also be called alcohol embryopathy, because it is affecting the embryo due to intake of alcohol. That's why alcohol embryopathy also. Also, due to intake of alcohol, there can be family and social problems, right? Now, in case of road accident, how the alcohol intake affect in case of road accident, how it is responsible for the road accidents. So, after intaking of alcohol, it affects the correct judgment of distance. Okay, so an alcoholic person will not be able to take a correct judgment of the distance between the two vehicles, and that will be a cause of road accident. Then it also affects coordination, that is very much required at the time of driving, right? It affects vision also. So vision is also clear vision is also very necessary for the driving. Often causes tunnel vision. So tunnel vision is caused due to alcohol, that leads to road accident. Increased reaction time, okay, because in the driving, reaction time should be very less, but here due to alcohol intake, your brain start taking more time for the reaction for anything. Okay, it also affects behavior, like behavior, in behavior a person becomes very very aggressive, right? And that aggressiveness is not required in driving. Okay, that is not good while driving. Next topic is how these drugs are abused by athletes, how these are misused by athletes. Okay, so misuse of drugs by athletes, and which drugs are mostly misused by athletes? Narcotic analgesics. Narcotic analgesics will relieve the pain. Okay, so these type of drugs can be like opioids. Okay, opioids will work like narcotic analgesic to relieve the pain. Okay, so in which type of sports these can be used? Like in case of boxing, okay, it can be very useful to relieve the pain. Okay, next type of drug which are misused by athletes are anabolic steroids. Anabolic steroids increase the muscle mass. Okay, so muscle mass is useful, can be useful for the athletes, right? Then diuretics. Diuretics are also a type of drugs which are used for the forced diuresis. Okay, here the increased urination will be there. Urination will be increased, due to which what will happen? There will be more loss of the water from the body. Okay, and the body weight will become less in very small time, right? Due to intake of these drugs, there will be increased urination and body weight will become less, and the person will be able to play in the category of less weight, right? So these can be misused. And some hormones to increase the muscle strength. So some hormones can be used here to increase the muscle strength, like testosterone. Mainly these are also anabolic steroids. Okay, so anabolic different types of anabolic steroids are used here to increase the muscle strength and muscle mass. Okay, and what is present in these anabolic steroids to increase the muscle mass? A hormone like testosterone. Okay, testosterone type hormone is present here to increase the muscle strength and muscle mass, to promote the aggressiveness also, right? By intake of these hormones, there will be increase in aggressiveness also, okay, and that aggressiveness is required while playing, right? Now these are some side effects of anabolic steroids. Anabolic steroids means the drugs which are used, which have some hormones and which are used by the athletes to increase their muscle mass. So these are the side effects of these anabolic steroids. In male, first we will do the side effects in male and then in female. So in male, what are the effects? There will be excessive acne, okay, acne on the face and other body parts also. Increased aggressiveness. So that is an effect of the anabolic steroids, but there can be excessive aggressiveness which is not required for the game, for the sports, right? Then mood swings and depression, these are also some side effects. And also reduced testicles, okay, testicles of the size of the testicles will be, testes will be reduced, there will be reduced sperm count also, okay, so reduced testicles. Also decreased sperm production, if the testicles will be reduced, then sperm production will be reduced, right? Kidney and liver dysfunction, it affects the kidney and liver also. Also breast enlargement in male, okay, so breast enlargement in male is also a side effect of these steroids. Premature baldness, okay, hair loss, baldness means hair loss, so premature baldness will be there. Enlargement of the prostate gland, so prostate gland enlargement is also a side effect of these drugs. These are some side effects of these anabolic steroids in case of female. In case of female, masculinization is the first side effect. It means the body structure and shape becomes man-like, okay, male-like body structure becomes here due to use of these anabolic steroids. Also increased aggressiveness, because I told you that in these anabolic steroid some testosterone like hormones are present, right? So those testosterone like hormones lead to masculinization in the female. And also because aggressiveness, that is a characteristic of male, that is due to the presence of testosterone hormone in males, okay, and because a female is using that, so there will be increased aggressiveness in female also. Also there will be mood swings and the depression. If we are interfering with the hormones in our body, then obviously it will lead to the mood swings and the depression, okay, always. If we are interfering with any of the hormone in our body, then it leads to mood swings and depression. Next is excessive hair on face and body. That is also a male character, right? That is due to the testosterone hormone. So excessive hair on the face will be there and on the body, right? Abnormal menstrual cycle. So testosterone, that is not a natural hormone in the female body, so it will interfere with the menstrual cycle also. So menstrual cycle will become irregular. Deepening of voice, that is found in male, right? And deepening of voice is a characteristic of male, so it will affect the female also here, and the deepening of voice will be in female. Enlargement of clitoris. Clitoris is a part of a female secondary sexual organ. Sorry, female external genitalia. Okay, clitoris is a part of female external genitalia. So that is a small finger-like part in the female external genitalia, and it is considered a reduced form of penis, right? The penis which is found in male. So clitoris is considered as a reduced form of the penis in female. So if someone is taking these hormones in which that testosterone like hormone is present, so what will be the effect? There will be enlargement of this clitoris which is present in female, right? Next topic is prevention and control, that how we can prevent and control the abuse of drugs and alcohol by adolescents. Okay, so first is avoid undue peer pressure, because everyone has a unique personality, right? And everyone has some different potential. Okay, so anyone should not be pressurized by the family or by the teachers to do the same things, to take the same marks that any other student is taking. So by avoiding that undue peer pressure, we can prevent the abuse of drug or alcohol by the adolescents. Next thing is education and counseling. Educating and counseling him or her to face the problems and stresses, because problems are the part of life. Okay, so adolescents should be educated about that yes, the problems will come in your life, but you need to manage those problems. Okay, so that education to manage the problems and to face the problems should be a part of education for the adolescent, so that to avoid those problems, he or she may not start taking the alcohol or the drugs, right? Next thing is help from parents and peers. Help from the parents and peers should be sought immediately, so that they can guide appropriately, right? There should be a belief in the mind of the in the mind of a youngster that he or she will get help from the family or the peers in every situation, right? Next is looking for the danger signs. Danger signs like a regular absence from the school, then disinterest in everything, decreased academic performance, deterioration in the in the academic performance. So these are the danger signs. Also fluctuation in appetite and the sleep habits. So all these are like danger signs. So if anyone is observing those danger signs in any youngster, like anyone, like any teacher or the family or any friend, if anyone is observing those danger signs in the youngsters, then he or should be appropriately educated and counseled at the appropriate time. Next is seeking professional and medical help. So at the last stage, we can take professional and medical help also. Professional like psychologist and psychiatrist help can be taken to counsel the person. Okay, and also the medical help like de-addiction and rehabilitation centers are there, which help to discontinue the habit of intaking drug and alcohol. Okay, so these rehabilitation centers can work for these persons. Okay, now based on today's topics, your homework is NCERT question number 14, 15, 16 and 17. So complete all the NCERT questions. And now let's discuss the homework solutions of previous lecture. One question that I gave is, mention the useful as well as harmful drug obtained from the latex of poppy plant. So useful drug obtained from poppy plant is morphine, that is used in case of surgeries, and harmful drug is heroin. Next is, how does smoking tobacco in human lead to oxygen deficiency? Because smoking of tobacco lead to reduction of concentration of hemoglobin bound oxygen in the blood. How? Because of release of carbon monoxide. Okay, so increased carbon monoxide content, which directly causes oxygen deficiency in the body. Next is, write the scientific name of the source plant of the drug marijuana and hashish and mention their effects on the human body. So answer is, scientific name for the source plant of drugs marijuana and hashish is cannabis sativa. Okay, both the marijuana and the hashish are obtained from cannabis sativa. And how they affect human body? They usually affect the cardiovascular system, right?